All right, hi guys. So this video is to help you with the Tuesday, February 9th assignment. So first it says Agenda Tuesday Google Forms check-in. So you'll click on this link and you'll answer the questions. It says Monday check-in, but we didn't have school on Monday, so we're going to do it today, Tuesday. You'll have your first name, you'll choose your period, how are you feeling mentally, and then how are you feeling physically. If you want to share more, you can, you don't have to. When you're done, you'll click submit. It is timestamped, so if you are in class, try to do it in class. If you're absent, make sure you do it on Tuesday before 11:59 p.m. Second is your Desmos. We're only going to do 1 through 6 in class, so you'll click on this link to open up your Desmos. So number 1, it says, how are you feeling today? So you'll just click and drag the robot to how you're feeling. If you'd like to say more, you can. Only I can read this box, so if you'd like to share more, you can. You'll click next. Number 2, it says, Priya wants to buy 3 tickets for a concert. She has earned $135, and each ticket costs $50. So before I keep reading, it says, create a diagram to represent this situation. So you can draw it however you want. In class, we saw triangles, circles, squares, rectangles. I'm going to draw a rectangle. You definitely don't have to do it this way. And it says she's going to buy 3 tickets, so 3 boxes. You could have drawn 3 separate boxes. It's just easier to just put a line in there. And so so these boxes are for each ticket. Each ticket costs $50, so I'm going to put 50 on inside each one. So most of the time when you're stuck on a math problem, it may help you to draw a picture. So if you're taking a test, a quiz, you're stuck on a problem, I encourage you to draw a picture. No picture is wrong as long as you understand your picture. So 3 boxes, 3 tickets. Each box, each ticket is $50. She wants to buy these tickets. She has $135. So I'm going to draw. So let's say she has $135. So I'm going to draw a separate box for how much she has. And I'm going to write has so I don't forget. So orange is what she has. So she's buying 3 tickets. I know that's $150, right? Because 50 plus 50 plus 50 is $150. And then she has $135. So she definitely does not have enough. So it says she borrows the rest of the money she needs from the bank to buy the tickets. So this is the money she borrows from the bank. So this is her money she borrowed from the bank. She's borrowing some money from the bank because she doesn't have enough for her tickets. I'm just going to put a question mark for now. So she wants to buy 3 tickets. She has $135. She's going to borrow some money from the bank. This is not the only way to draw a picture. This is just one way. When you're done, you're going to click submit. How much more money will Priya need to earn to pay back the money she borrowed from the bank? So she already had $135. So she's going to have to pay back the bank. So how much money is that? Well, you're going to do, if it was $150 for the whole thing and she has $135, you can just take the $135 away from $150. So the price of the tickets minus the money she had is how much was left over for that question mark. So the tickets minus the money she had will be how much she had to borrow from the bank. So you'll do that, put your answer here. If you get it wrong, it will say try again. So keep going until you want to, get your answer. You can test it here. It will tell you when you're correct. So let's pretend I got it. It's not 1. So the answer is not 1. So once you put the answer and you get excellent, you're going to click submit. Click submit again. And then the last question, you'll have to scroll down. So notice I'm scrolling down. How much money will she have after she pays back the money she borrowed from the bank? So If she spent her $135 on the tickets and she pays back the bank, she's left with $0. So she has no money left. So she spent her $135 on the tickets. The bank gave her 15, but then she gave that back, so she has no money left. She has $0. Explain your thinking. Right here, you can type a quick sentence. She spent her money on the tickets and paying the bank, so she has no extra money. So you're going to type a sentence here. So she spent her money on the tickets and she paid back the bank, so she has no extra money. She paid her debts. She has no extra money, so she's $0. So you're going to explain your thinking here on why you know it's $0. So just a quick sentence or two, and then click share with the class. For number 3, it just says the next few slides are going to present you with a situation which keeps developing as you go from one slide to the next. Your work will keep building up. I thought it might be nice to let you know that up front. So you're going to have to do each slide in order. So whatever your balance is in the previous slide will be your starting balance for the next slide. So they're going to build on each other. So you don't have to do anything on this slide, just read the instructions. So number 4, it says represent the following situation on a number line diagram. At the beginning of the month, Kyron had $24. So first, I'm going to look for 24 right here. So he had $24 in his account. In the first week, he spent $16. So spent 16. So in class, we talked about spending means you're taking it away. You're withdrawing. Another word might be withdraw. So spent or withdraw $16. So he's taking it away. So he took $16 away. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to count 16. So starting at 24, because that's how much he has in his account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So right there. So this line, I moved $16 because he spent 16. How much was in his account then? So you're going to click submit. It says represent this situation with an addition equation. So I know a lot of you are going to write 24 minus 16. So he had $24, he spent 16. It wants an addition equation. So remember, subtracting 16 is like adding a negative. So this line is going to the left. So it's really like 24 plus, and it's going left, so it's negative. So instead of writing 24 minus 16, I want to write an addition equation. So the arrow is going left, so it's going to be plus negative 16. So if the arrow is going to the right, it would just be plus the number. If it's going to the left, it's plus a negative number. So yes, 24 minus 16 is correct, but we want to write an addition equation. So subtracting is like adding a negative. And then it says use n as the unknown quantity. The unknown is how much he has in his account. So we don't know where this ends. We have an idea, but we don't know for sure where it ends. So we're going to say equals n. Do not put any spaces so that when you click submit, it will tell you excellent. So no spaces. So for all these questions, it's going to be where you start, where you move, where you end. Where you start plus where you move equals where you end. So start plus where you move equals where you end. So you'll click submit, you should see excellent, and then you'll click submit again, scroll down. What is the value of n? So what does n have to equal? So once I have 24 and he spent the 16, how much does he have now? If you put it in wrong, it will say try again. Click on the answer again because it's 24 take away 16. Once you get the answer correct, it will say, so you're looking for excellent. What does the value of the variable n represent in terms of this situation? So what does the N or the ending amount equal? So N represents how much is in his account. So 24 and we take away 16, so N is how much he has in his account now. So it represents how much is in his account now. So really think about that. So N is how much he has in his account because he started with 24, he spent 16, so now he has N amount, or you can do that problem and you get your answer. All right, so when you're done with that, don't forget to click share with the class. So you should have an equation, your answer, and then your sentence. You're gonna click next. Remember Chiron from the last slide? Well, now he deposited some more money. So he has now deposited some more money. It didn't say how much more money. He just deposited, or he added. Deposited means added some money. And now his account balance is 28. So we're going to draw a picture. He started at $8. Remember we were at, so 24 take away 16. So he's starting at $8. He added some money. I don't know how much money he added, but I know that his new account balance is 28. So he's going to end at $28. So he started at 8. He's going to end at $28. And then I don't know how much he added because it says deposited some money. I don't know how much. I'm going to click submit. Write an addition equation to represent this information. So it's going to be start and then whatever you don't know. So for this one, we don't know the question mark. So that's going to be N. So for this one, this question mark amount is going to be N. So write an addition equation. So start plus where you move equals where you end. So start plus where you move equals where you end. Do not add spaces. You're looking for it to say excellent. Keep trying until it says excellent. Really think about the problem. Start, where you start, plus what you added equals where you end. So you're writing an addition equation. And then it says, what is the value of N? So once you have your equation, you'll be able to figure out what N equals in your equation. It should say excellent once you put your answer in. No spaces. If it doesn't say excellent, you got it wrong, you need to try again. It says, what does the value of N, the variable N, represent in terms of this situation? So for this situation, N is how much he moved, so it's how much he added. So for this situation, N is the money he deposited. So for this situation, N represents the money, or how much he deposited. Let's do that. How much he deposited. If you're not comfortable with deposited just means added. So how much he deposited or added to his account. So for this equation, N is how much he deposited. All right, so finish that sentence, click share with the class. For the last question, it says, for the last question today, it says, guess what? Karen spent $34 on lunches this week. How much is in his account now? So from the previous slide, it said his balance was 28. So I'm going to start at 28. He spent $34, so I'm going to go left, and I'm going to move left 34 spaces. Let's just put it over here for now. So he spent 34, so we're taking it away. We have 28. He had $28 from the last problem. So he started at $28. He spent 34, so we know that's like subtracting 34. And he's spending more than he has, right? So he only has $28. So he's spending $34. He's spending more than he has. So I know it's going to be over here in the negatives. So I don't know where it is yet, but I know that it's going to be negative because if I have $28 and he spent 34, he's spending more than he has. So he's going to owe money. It says write an addition equation. So I want you to practice this again. So your equation would be where you start. So the number you start at plus the number you're moving. So for this one, it'd be adding a negative. So you're going to put the number you start at, which was 28, plus how much you're moving. For this one, it's plus a negative, equals, and we don't know where our arrow ends, so that's going to be n. N is going to be the unknown quantity. So your equation should say something plus something equals n. So start plus move equals n. And it's okay if you have a plus a negative number, so you can have it written like that. That's fine. So start plus move equals where you end, which will be, for now, this will be n. So I don't know where I'm ending yet. So type your equation here, click submit. You should see the message that says excellent. I have try again because I want you guys to do it. So you should see excellent. Remember, you're writing an addition equation. So yes, spending 34 is like subtracting, but we really want to write plus negative 34. All right, I'm going to click submit again. You have to scroll down. What is the value of n? So if he had 28 and he spent 34, where would he end? So I want you guys to think about it like this. He's going to pay the $28 so that he has 0. So how much is left over from this 34? A lot of us are struggling with adding a negative. But if they're opposite signs, so we have positive 28 and negative 34, you're really just going to subtract, right? You're just going to do 34 take away 28, and then you know it's on the negative side because you owe more than you have. So whenever you're subtracting different signs, subtract like normal, put the bigger number first. So subtract like normal. You just know your answer is going to be negative because you owe more than you have. Does that make sense? So you can subtract like normal. Don't put the 28 first. Subtract like normal, 34 first. And then your answer will be negative because the 34 is farther from 0 than 28. So whichever number is farther from 0 is the one that keeps the sign of the answer. So 28 is closer to 0 than negative 34. So negative 34 means the answer will have a negative sign. So subtract like normal, put the negative sign back on. You'll put your answer here. And you'll click submit and explain. It will say excellent if you got it correct. The last one says, what does the value of the variable n represent for this situation? So n for this situation is how much he has in his account now. So remember, we didn't know how much he had in his account now. So that's what n represents. So n represents how much he has in his account now. Because your equation should be he started with, he added or spent money, and it equals his new account. So start, spent equals what he has in his account. So started with, he spent $34, and now he has n amount, which you figure out. So n represents how much he has in his account. So the word variable just is a fancy way to say letter. And so the n represents how much he has in his account. You'll click share with the class. We're going to stop at number 6 for today. In Google Classroom, you're going to click on the assessment practice. So you'll click on this. You might have to create an account with Google. But once you do, you'll be able to see the questions, and I'll show you what those look like right now.